I did the potluck thing at church, and then you see these people's houses, and you'd see the cats on the counter, and you beating chili and get cat hair, and I don't, I love that you people sometimes send me cookies, and they go
nice,
and I appreciate it. They go right in the trash, or the cameraman.
How about the envelopes after 9/11? How about the letters you were getting? Mike Deadman North, open it up.
Yeah.
With the Lasix and everything. No, that's okay.
Yeah.
I think so I had the receptionist open it.
So
yeah, I did the right
thing. The worst thing that we did was we got a dozen Dunkin' Donuts, and we played ring toss. We had all these donuts on our private area.
Of course you did.
Okay, and we took Polaroids.
I tried that with the Bismarck. It doesn't work.
And we put them under the paper. We put them under the paper, the Dunkin' Donuts box.
Of course.
And you heard Kevin.
I didn't know you knew the same game we did.
And Kevin Matthews went on, these donuts are good.
Oh.
And then the last half hour, they must have found the pictures. The guy barely talked. Like, I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep the show must go on, even if you have had some pubies.
Oh, yeah. Bronchitis, you go on. It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
So anyway, these guys were all freaking out. We had some technical problems. Oh well.
That's the way it goes.
I'm at the sports bar.
Hey, even Scorsese says cut. Yeah, even Scorsese says, with the guy with the light directed this way.
What does that mean?
He has issues and he's got to stop.
Do we have the ability to go mobile?
I tried to go up already.
Can we start at these little red shoes? Maybe she can click her. I don't know. There's no place like my pants.
There's no place like Mancow Studio.
There's no place like my pants. I'd like you to click your little red heels together and somehow magically end up in my pants.
You know, the fact that you got the clicking of the heels brings in the Wizard of Oz, which brings a family element to the situation.
Yes. And speaking of family, wouldn't she be a good one to start a second family with?
A young stepdaughter.
Everything is great with my wife.
A young stepdaughter.
I love my wife. Who's my wife? I love my wife.
Wonderful woman.
If things don't work out, how much fun to audition the next one.
Audition? You mean choreograph?
Yes, the next one.
Well, like Liberace.
Kim Jong-un or Il or whichever this little fat ass from the little fat ass from North Korea.
Yeah.
Apparently he loves Greece and played.
He played Travolta's role?
Yeah, in high school in North Korea. It's true.
Greece is the word that we've heard, even in North Korea.
Nuke is the word, actually.
Yeah, nuke is the word.
Nuke is the word. They're saying today, and they're telling everybody, we are nuking today.
And Obama's got Sam and Dave right now. They're watching the concert while they're canceling the Blue Angels.
Again, sequester. We don't, the egg roll, we may not do that. We're not going to celebrate Jewish heritage.
No.
Can we just wake up to the fact that this president, if he's not an Islamo-fascist, he sure is for the Islamization of America. I mean, this guy's been a nightmare for Christians and Jewish people around the world as they're being crucified and tortured and killed. The gang rapes that are happening all over the Middle East, and this guy's supporting just the worst elements. And we hear about these horrible dictators. Well, let's fight worse. I remember my trip to Turkey.
Who doesn't?
And and they sell the evil eye. The evil eye is it's kind of a cool looking thing. It's a
I got 5 of them.
Right. And you know what? You're evil. I get my malukes, and my evil's bigger than your evil. And I'll tell you something, folks. Here's what I've learned: stay away from evil. Hey, I got to tell you something. My wife is really into this tarot card thing. You let her do your cards. No. Hey, Mancow, you want to play with the Ouija board? No. I don't mess with evil. You want it out. You want it out of your life. You don't want to cover yourself. And these people that cover themselves with skulls. I had a guy come up to me, and he's got tattoos all over. He's got a nun who looks like she's just been raped. Some cannibal corpse. How do I remember that? Cannibal corpse is what it said, and it had like a nun beaten and laying there like she'd been raped. And he's like, nobody will hire me, man.
Especially a man that was kept.
Well, I wonder why. Look at you.
Kept back in 7th grade at a Catholic school. Took it to the next level.
You surround yourself with evil and death, and that's what you're going to have. Surround yourself with beauty and love, and I mean that's what you'll get. You put that out there. It's the boomerang of love, and that's what I'm sending out to you right now. Catch it, send it back, will you? Okay, that's enough. Send it back.
That was sweet.
Pull your pants
that was
up.
Sweet, though, Cal.
Where am I going with this? I'm just saying.
The boomerang of love could be a song.
I'm just saying, if Kim Jim little fat ass, if he had just been hugged a little more,
just a little.
Here's one thing that runs in that family, besides lunacy, which, by the way, your mother-in-law's crazy, your wife's going to be crazy. Right. It's hereditary. Insanity is hereditary.
From the grandfather to the father to the son.
One thing that the father, the grandfather passed to the 3 generations of really lesbian haircuts with that.
Yes.
Family. I mean, they passed that on. They closed down the business. Guys, a nuke war could start today. I mean, this is every 80s movie. By the way, have you seen what's happening in the movies? Every movie this year coming up, you got the Will Smith, you got the Tom Cruise, you got the Matt Damon.
So sick of it.
It's all about the world ending. This is where we're at. Zombies they did a psychological test. Why are zombies so hot? Because we feel dead inside.
Soulless.
Well, guys, everything that we stand for is being destroyed. Everything that we stand for.
Yep.
Progressive. We're not progressing.
No.
By the way, it's never worked. Overtaxation, printing money, disarming the people, it always ends in disaster. But, of course, if you went to public schools, they purposely didn't teach you that because you learn from history.
And now you got a woman on MSNBC talking to people that they're really not your kids.
Oh, my God.
They're the community's kids.
Oh, my God.
Don't you love when I get...
Oh, my God.
I'm like the guy that starts the lawnmower. And there goes the Mancow lawnmower. Let's go. Let's cut some grass, Hanson.
Wow. It's like you've graduated from 2 fingers to 3. And it's a little ouchy. But I'm ready to spring.
Oh, there's no question about it. You're ready. You're lathered.
I want to tell you something. Santita Jackson, who is my dear friend, I love her. I love her. I love this girl, and I love Jesse. I do. God, how did this happen? Absolutely batshiznet crazy. These people way out of line. They have no idea what the F they're talking about. I mean, it's unbelievable how. But Jesse, I actually, the clouds parted and the light came down. Oh, and Jesse now agrees with me on school choice. Hey, here's an idea. Stop sending your kids to where they're going to get killed and they're not going to get educated.
Novel idea.
Novel idea. School choice is the answer for the African-American community in this country. Get them out of those god-awful neighborhoods. Let them drive into the nice neighborhoods. And the ones that want to do it will. The ones that don't. Well, and that's the other argument I love. Well, a lot of people, a lot of people are, in the neighborhood. A lot of people in the hood. In the community.
They're the community.
Yeah. A lot of people in the community, they're not going to want to do that. Well, then don't. Then your kids will be killed and stupid. But the people that care, give them a chance out. Give them a chance. So she said to me, it's, there's two, I'm going to backtrack. Then I'm going to forget where I'm at. North will make a couple of jokes to distract me.
You're done.
And then, I'm
you got dementia, a young dementia.
Why is he talking about a lawnmower? As he does that, then I'll find myself again. Okay.
Get you going.
Ingrid Newkirk, the creator of PETA, said to me that a life is a life and that a fish, a bass, a catfish, is equal to one of my daughters. And I looked at this woman like, wow, you're really out of line. And Santita here, these aren't my children. She said this with a straight face. Folks, your children are not yours. It's the village. It's the community. And this is how these maniacs think. Well, how is the village done with no fathers? How is the village done? Have you been through these neighborhoods where the village is raising their kids? I got news for you, folks. The village doesn't give a hairy rat's ass about your kids. Mom and dad cares about kids. Nobody else. And if I discipline, do you remember the woman came outside and her trees were filled with people and they were breaking branches,
right?
Little kids, and she yelled at them, but they were African American and she was white. Hey, get out of my yard! You're tearing up my tree. She's a racist.
Get off my lawn.
She's a racist. No. I mean, if you got a tree full of people and they're tearing up your stuff, and don't say anything. We mustn't.
I'd love to just look out the window and all of a sudden you see on your second floor there's people in trees looking at you.
Kids climb trees. I climb trees, and you know what? People yell at me to get the hell off the yard. Get the hell off my yard.
Trixie's never climbed a tree. Would you explain the phenomenon of climbing a tree?
Well, if you want to climb some wood, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Never invested as much in public education as we should have because we've always had kind of a private notion of children. Your kid is yours and totally your responsibility. We haven't had a very collective notion of these are our children. So part of it is we have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities. Once it's everybody's responsibility and not just the households, then we start making better investments.
You know what my dad would have said?
1138. Yes.
He would have put the cigarette out and said, where were you when I was changing his diapers?
Yeah.
Since it's a community.
Those aren't your kids. There's this old idea that your children are yours.
That's weird. I birthed them. I think they belong to me.
Yes. Although I can't believe looking at you. I'm telling you. See, the Greek girls come in here and you just know. They hit, I don't know, mid-20s and just all of a sudden the hips triple. And they're ready to drop some babies. I don't think a baby could... we'd have to crack your pelvis if you and I had a baby. We'd have to crack your spine or something. There's no way a baby could... I mean, look at that.
Could be tragic.
What?
It could be a very, very horrendous situation at the end because look at her. She is not equipped, I don't believe, to have a child
I've told you that if it's a sci-fi thing, the beginning of Planet of the Apes is an asteroid came through and killed all the dogs and cats. So we made apes our pets. We loved them, and then we made them slaves, and then they revolted. That's how we had the Planet of the Apes. I'm just saying, if an asteroid came by and killed all the women, this is my sci-fi mind.
This
here.
is why I put the hat on.
You and I.
That's why I'm putting the hat on right now. You know what happens when I put the hat on?
You would be my Asian lover if it was a planet of if it was a planet of just men, and you and I had to have sex. I'm just telling you, your face would be in the pillow, and we would create with science.
Can I take the Asian photo?
Buttock babies. We would have buttock babies. In fact. Someone called Ty. It's an Illinois company. Someone called them buttock babies.
Great country.
This goes on in your mind.
They had beanie babies.
You believe that?
Buttock babies. What do you think? Little children that are kind of the cross between two men?
You know what, Kyle? Go down this road, please. Quit going down this road, please. Dear God, I'm trying to stop you.
Nuke war is coming, brother. And
when do we care? You're right. Let's go to work.
I'm telling you, if if they start to lose, North Korea said they're going to blow the sun. What I'm trying to tell you, Mr. North, is this. It's going to get cold. Mr. North.
Yeah.
The world is ending, okay? The world could end today in nukes, okay? And I just wanted to say.
You believe in it?
I'm saying you're the bottom, okay? And when I was in Greece, I found out there's nothing wrong with that.
Greece is the word. The guy likes it.
He does. He does.
Mancow.
Your call's next.
Free Speech Radio Network.
1-888-2-MANCOW.